Well, the heat has just really beat down my garden lately. The heat is just really wrecking it. So I come across something the other day that I thought I would give a try. And it's called Electroculture. I don't know if it works. I have no idea if it works. But we're going to try it. We're going to try to make ourselves an Electroculture antenna out of this bamboo, this wire, and see if we can't make things happen a little better. The theory is the electric wire will take the ions and put them into the ground and help all the nutrients and everything and microorganisms grow in it, therefore helping your plants. Well, since the heat is such a structure, or being such a structure disappointment, I'm willing to try anything right now. Use that little piece right there. Knocking things over. So we'll use this guy to put him in the ground. We'll strip this wire back. Maybe. Strip this wire back here. Probably not the right way to do it. Also, while I'm doing this, I have procured some horseradish root from our local store. I'm also going to make an antenna for that too, and I'm going to plant that in a container later on and see if I can grow my own horseradish. It's actually a pretty damn big root, so I'm hoping it will. Maybe I'll get this apart. This will start with the ground wire first. It's already bare, so that might make it a little easier. Just pull it out of there. There we go. We'll start with this guy first. So, we're going to take this guy, bend him on a little end here. See if we can get him up in there. So now what I understand is I have to wrap this clockwise around this. Now if we're in the northern or southern hemisphere, we do counterclockwise. I think it has something to do with the way the ions flow. I don't know for sure why the direction is important. So I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this like so. And like I said, I have no idea if these actually work or not. I've seen it and I'm like, well, I'm willing to give it a shot. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to try to spin this so this coil, pull that up just a little bit, so, and that little antenna sticking up. So supposedly that's supposed to catch the ions out of the atmosphere. Like I said, I don't know for sure if this works at all, but thought I'd give it a try. Electroculture. Let's check it out. So, there it is. Alright, let's go outside and check it out. Alright. There's our Electroculture antenna. Woo! Now I'm going to go put this out in my cantaloupes because they're having a hard time. I'm going to see if that actually will help it out. I don't know if I made it right. I don't know if I did any of it right, but we're going to try it. Alright, there's my cantaloupes. They actually run over all the way over to the tomatoes right here, but you can see that the heat just beat this thing down to nothing. And it's not my only plant that's done this to. The heat has really just wreaked havoc on all my plants. And it's raining every day, so it's not like they're starving for water or anything. It's just heat related. So we're gonna put this guy, a little Electroculture rod right here. This is the main root. I'm gonna try to put him right in there. And we'll come back and see if that does any good. Hopefully in a couple of days, or we'll see if it perks up and makes a difference. Yep, Electroculture. Who would have thunk it? All right, there's my cucumbers, and they are also having a hard time from the heat. Even though it is giving me some cucumbers, I got quite a few over here. I think I got like maybe 4 of them. They were definitely struggling this year. I'm gonna leave that one for a little bit and let it get a little bigger. But yeah, they're definitely having a hard time. Oh, there's another one up there. With all the heat that's going on. Oh, there's some more. Actually, it's giving me quite a few. It's pretty big. There's 2 more up there, so we're going to leave them for a while. Holy smokes. There's another one. I don't know about that guy. I guess these are doing pretty good. They gave me quite a few cucumbers. That one's a little yellow, but it was already off the vine, so I'm assuming it's good. But yeah, and there's still quite a few more growing. But we may take one of those Electroculture antennas and stick in there just to help with the heat also. I don't know if it will. Like I said, I understand it in theory. I just don't know if it works or not. But I don't want to give anything a try. Anyhow. Well, I've made up a couple more antennas. And that's my horseradish root right there. So one antenna is going to go out in my cucumbers. The other antenna is going to go in the horseradish when I get ready to plant it here in a little bit. What I think I'm going to do is cut that horseradish in 2 and make see if I can get 2 sprouts out of it. It's a pretty big piece of horseradish, so hopefully we'll get them to sprout up and make some more. Alright, so here's our container. I've already got a little bit of dirt in it. And we are going to cut this horseradish in 2. Now, if I'm doing this wrong, please leave me a comment and let me know, because again, I don't know a damn thing about horseradish, so I'm just doing what I think might make it grow. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and try to slice it here. I'm assuming, it's a big assumption that it's going to work like ginger, because ginger you can just plant and it'll just take off. So I'm going to plant one up and one down from the slice and see how that works. Or should I plant it one sideways? Yeah. I'll plant one sideways, maybe. I'm not sure how to plant it, but we're going to try it. So I got one in there kind of sideways, and then one upright. So hopefully this will take off and start growing. Let's get this in here. That covered up, and then I made another wand, which again, I'm not saying these work or don't work because I really don't know. Ta-da! Now we'll go outside and we'll water that in. I'll give it a couple of days to settle in, and then I'll put a little more dirt on the top of it. But hopefully I'll get me some good old horseradish going on with it. So, ta-da! So a couple of weeks ago, I set a live trap to catch some armadillos, and I did. I caught an armadillo. and I let him go out on our other property. So I reset the trap because I knew there was 2 armadillos, but surprisingly I caught this guy this morning. Yeah, big old possum man. So big old possum guy here is gonna go out to the lake. I'm gonna take him out to Sneed Lake and let him go. I mean, he's done nothing to me, but he is kind of scary looking. But yay, one more thing out from underneath my house. Wasn't expecting to get a possum, but okay. Anyhow, possum. I don't know if you can see him way down in there, but there's the possum. He's on a roam for a new home. I can't really get a good picture of him. I don't know where he went. He was down there. Anyhow, he's out here in the woods somewhere now, so he's got a nice place. We let him off down by the lake so he can find some water, or she, whatever the case may be. But all right. All right, well, I guess it's got a nice place to live now. Today, I've done something. I bought a boat, and we're gonna go pick the boat up. But I really don't know much about the boat. I've never heard the boat run. I don't know what kind of floors it has. It has a cuddy cabin. It has a lot of good features I've seen. I've never been on the boat, but it's a friend of mine's, and he says it's in good shape, so we're gonna go pick it up and redo it and see how it comes out. So let's go get a boat. Yay! Alright, me and Linda are on our way to get the boat. Here we go. The mystery boat we don't know a lot about. Have you heard it run?
No.
I haven't heard it run either. Have you seen the inside of it?
No.
Me neither. So hopefully this will be okay. I do know it has a spot lock trolling motor on it. I do know it has an anchor, windlass anchor system, and I do know it has an E-Tech engine on it. After that, I don't know a whole lot.
I'm sure you will figure it out.
So here we go. We're on our way. Here she is. I'm picking it up. Like I said, it's got a windlass anchor system. Woo. This is a spot lock trolling motor. It's a riptide. She needs cleaned up. She hasn't ran in a few years. It's pretty rough. And then we got an E-Tech 130 engine on it. Yeah. Definitely going to need to do some work to her. But pretty cool. Alright, I ran into my first problem here. This thing is completely rusted out. I don't know. I definitely don't think so. Oh, there it goes. Well, I guess we'll put that back in the boat and figure that out later. I'm glad I stopped. Yeah, she's a pretty roughie. What do you think? Camping truck? Badass freaking boat. Reason I like this boat has got a heavy V on the front for cutting through the water. I think it's like a 22-degree pitch, a 20-degree pitch, and it is just going to slice through that shit like nothing. But it's got a lot of features, so can't wait to get her home and get started on it. Alright, well, we got it back home. Tried to jack it up, but then the jack twisted. It's not really tight, so I'm not so sure that jack is sitting the way it's supposed to either. So I think I'm going to take it apart, put the jack back on this side, and then, you know, I think it needs to be twisted 180, I think. Anyway, let's find out. All right, well, I got the jack down, and I'm going to cut that little piece of wood off there, and I'm going to move that jack back, and so it gives me a little more stabilization, gives me a little more height to get this on and off. I think the jack was too far forward on this, so we'll see how that works out. So let's go ahead and cut that off now. All right, well, I've turned this plate right here 180 degrees, and then I'm going to set my bolt right there so it rests right on top. That way that jack can't move up or down, and I'll squeeze it and it'll be side to side. That way it won't move as much as it did before, because it just kind of fell over. We're going to get all that bolted in now, and then see if that works a little better. I've also moved the jack to this side instead of the other side, because this is the natural side I usually work on. You can see on my other boat over there, I've got it on the same side. So, all right, let's get this put together. All right, I pretty much got it in place now. You can see the bolts resting on the top here. It's hard to see, but it's resting on the bottom there, so it really can't twist like it did before. I got it on there pretty sandwiched pretty good, so let's see if we can get this thing lifted now. All right, so I guess next week I'll be showing some updates on this. It has a lot to do. I know the other side's missing a fender. I'm gonna have to get new rails, probably new lights. But I think, like I said, it's a pretty good deal for what I paid for it. She's definitely rough, but sometimes you can always find a diamond in the rough. Until next week, this is Sweet Nana's farm, and we'll see what we got going on in this. Everybody have a great week. Bye.